Hi, everyone. Thanks for your time. Today, I wanted to talk about the lymphatic system. We've spoken about this before, but it's in its relationship with cancer, especially metastatic cancers. What are metastatic cancers? Metastatic cancers are cancers which have spread. They could spread from one organ to another. They could progress in the same organ, but basically they move. There is a pathway on how cancer cells move. It's very important today to understand that while the lymphatic system is important for our day-to-day health, I mean, simple symptoms like headaches, migraines, acne, inability to lose weight, no matter what you're doing in terms of diet, exercise, constant fatigue, body pain, hair loss, many of these things are all connected with the lymphatic system. So particularly, we're going to start by understanding what the lymphatic system is in the simplest way possible. Because when we understand, then we can action better. And then we're going to correlate it with cancer. So some of you may or may not have cancer. Some of you just want to be educated on the lymphatic system. The important thing is, by maintaining a healthy lymphatic system, it is also one of your most powerful preventive tools to getting a disease, getting a cancer. If you've had a cancer, making sure that you don't have a reoccurrence. While there are many things that go into preventing a disease and a reoccurrence of a cancer, your lymphatic system plays one of the most major roles. We know that your immune system plays a role. We know that you're keeping inflammation low, your inflammatory parameters also play a role. But the lymphatic system, what is this? It is one of the largest circulatory systems in the human body. We have two circulatory systems. One is your heart. Your heart is connected with several blood vessels and veins, and it sends blood. Blood carries nutrients and oxygen from the air that you breathe to trillions of cells, nourishing them, collecting the waste, coming back to your heart, refiltering out of your system. That's one circulatory system, and we have the lymphatic system. Think of your lymphatic system as the body's garbage disposal system. Okay, this is a collection of fine vessels, tissues, and organs. It's a network that runs across your entire body, connecting to specific sites through lymph nodes. We have lymph nodes under our arms and our groin area, around the heart, the lungs, different parts of your body. They're like little filters that collect and that allow particles and lymph to flow through. The job of the lymphatic system is to remove waste out of your body. When I say out of your body, from tissues. So while we have good nutrition and oxygen getting into a cell, okay, anything that is used to make energy, anything that's used to perform a function, there will always be waste. So if you're building a building, you're building a house, while you use raw material to build that beautiful structure, there's also a lot of waste. There's a lot of debris that now has to be removed from the completed structure of the house so that the house is clean, it's neat, and there's no garbage around it. That's what the lymphatic system does. Today, we hear of different cancers called lymphomas. You have a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, we have a Hodgkin's lymphoma, we have lymphatic disease, all of that. Those are not the only cancers we're talking about. Whether you have a prostate cancer, a breast cancer, a brain cancer, doesn't matter. It involves the lymphatic system, especially if it's metastatic or whether we're looking at preventing a metastatic cancer. So what happens? This is a network, complete network of tissues connected to different organs in the body. Okay, so now when there's debris coming out of my cells, it goes into your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system keeps traveling to drain this garbage out of your system, out of your body. There's a constant fluid that's running in the lymphatic system. It's a combination of plasma. Plasma is water-based, which is why if you're dehydrated, the number one biggest issue of dehydration is a faulty lymphatic system. So if I told you to think of your lymphatic system as the body's garbage disposal system, what happens if a disposal system doesn't do its job? We have the accumulation of toxins. Even if I have parts of cancer cells which are broken away from a primary tumor, traveling through the lymphatic system, it should be disposed of. If my lymphatic system isn't working the right way, it can now become a transfer, a highway to take this broken off piece of a tumor to another part of a body where I start to have a new cancer, a secondary cancer in a new organ or a new part of my body. So it's a highway. The highway carries the good and the bad. The flow has to keep moving. Let me give you a simple example. You have a swimming pool. In a swimming pool, it's easier for mosquitoes to breed. It's easier for stagnation to happen because the water isn't moving when no one's in it. A river, okay, will not breed mosquitoes. It's flowing. So in a constant flow, everything is healthier, including the lymphatic system. If my lymphatic system is flowing, it's working the right way. The moment it stops the flow or it's jammed, okay, I have the possibility of toxin accumulation. I have the possibility of my immune system being compromised. The lymphatic system is a huge part of the immune system. So technically, we have the spleen. For years and years, people said the spleen is a useless organ. Okay, it gets injured in an accident, or you have a swelling in the spleen, they remove the spleen, they say you can live without it. Of course you can live without it, but you also live with a compromised immune system. The same thing with your tonsils. Okay, the tonsils get swollen today. The easy way is just surgically remove it. You don't need it. Of course you need it. It plays a huge, huge role in your lymphatic system and your immune system. Of course, sometimes it's really bad and it has to be surgically removed. The adenoids as well, part of your lymphatic system and your immune system. We shouldn't just be removing our adenoids because they keep swelling all the time. Okay, if it has to, it has to. But what about addressing the root cause of why you have adenoid problems? Poor diet, sleep deprivation, sinus which is not controlled, a low immune system. I would do anything to save my tonsils, my adenoids, my spleen. And then we have the thymus, which is a huge part, again, of your immune and lymphatic system. So let me give you an example of the spleen. Okay, if I have an infection in my body right now, my spleen, which controls, regulates red blood cells, will also start shooting lymphocytes, which are white blood cells, into my lymphatic system. My lymphatic system starts to carry these lymphocytes and white blood cells, which are my protector cells. It starts carrying it towards the infection, towards the virus, towards the bacteria, and it does its job of killing it. The thymus holds immature lymphocytes. Immature lymphocytes to become mature into T helper cells, into T cells, which plays a huge role into killing cancer cells, breaking down tumors. If I have a problem in my thymus, I have a problem in my spleen, or I have a clogged up lymphatic system, I reduce my ability to fight a cancer. I reduce my ability to protect myself against a cancer. I reduce my ability to keep myself into a remission. There are many other things involved in remission and everything. We know sleep, exercise, all of that. But today we're talking about the lymphatic system. So we need to understand my thymus works to create the very cells of my immune system that are required to kill cancer cells. So in a compromised body that has cancer, how do I make sure that my thymus is working in conjunction with my lymphatic system? How do I make sure that my lymphatic system is working so clean? My lymph nodes are working so well that I cannot carry broken down cancers to other parts of the body. Now, let's say there is a broken down part of a cancerous tumor that enters the lymphatic system. My spleen, my thymus automatically should start pushing lymphocytes through my lymphatic system to attack those cancer cells, which is what happens in all of us who have cancer cells but don't have cancer. Now, coming down to the lymphatic system again. So the lymphatic system carries lymph. It also takes waste fluids out of your cells and out of your system. It's a detoxification natural mechanism in the human body. We have 5 eliminatory organs in the body that are designed to protect us and keep us clean. Our lungs, through oxygenation and passing out, respiration. Our skin, which is the largest eliminatory organ, through sweat. Our kidneys, our liver, and our bowels. If we have a problem in any one of these 5 eliminatory organs, we have disharmony in the body. I can have any problem from a very serious problem to a little problem. The 5 exits have to work. It's like a stadium. There's a fire in the stadium. There are 10 exits, okay? 9 are working, 1 is jammed. Even 1 jammed exit is going to create a massive negative impact on the entire stadium. Think of that as your body. If one of these eliminatory organs are not working, you have a problem. You have constipation, you have a problem. You have constant diarrhea, you have a problem. You have issues with your skin, okay? It's a problem. Lungs, you have compromised lungs. Your SpO2, that's why we know when your SpO2 is down, why it's so critical for the human body, okay? And of course, your kidney. If you have a problem with your kidney is unable to process its uric acid and waste products, or you have a problem with your liver. You have an inflamed liver, you have enzymes, you have a cirrhotic liver. It cannot do its job of protecting you. So coming back to the lymphatic system, okay, to keep it as simple as possible, it is all connected, and that is why you can never treat the human body just symptomatically. While you can take your chemotherapy, you can do your surgery, You can do your radiation. You must also by now understand that if I'm not taking care of my lymphatic system, my cancers can come back. In most cases, they will come back because the problem was with my lymphatic system. Okay, chemotherapy is good, radiation, surgery, whatever, is only working at a symptomatic level. At the same time, we have to understand that it's part of my immune system. The only difference between someone who has cancer and doesn't have cancer is the immune system. The reason why a lot of us have cancer cells in our body, but we don't have cancer. Why don't we have cancer? Our immune systems are working efficiently, touch wood. For anyone who has a cancer, there could be several reasons why you got the cancer, but the primary fundamental reason is there was a breakdown in your immune system. Your immune system could not recognize those cells that started to behave abnormally and now mutate, escape the immune system and become a tumor or a cancer. So coming back to the lymphatic system, we can get very scientific, but the whole idea of the masterclass is always to keep it simple and move into action points. What can we do? Unlike the circulatory system, the heart that works even while we sleep without activity, the lymphatic system only gets activated with movement. So number one, the more sedentary you are, the more inefficient your lymphatic system. For me to activate my lymphatic system, I need to move. Every step I take, the natural movement of my foot hitting the ground stimulates my lymphatic system. Every step I take. So movement as simple as walking. You may be a patient right now, you're weak, you're tired because of your disease and stuff like that. Understand, I'm not asking you to walk an hour. I'm not asking you to walk 30 minutes, but can you walk 5 minutes every hour? Can you slowly build that to 10 minutes? Because being sedentary is inactivating your lymphatic system. It is making it inefficient to work for a body that is already going under tremendous stress and disease. Now, let's say the patient is bedridden, on a wheelchair, cannot walk. It is very important to self-stimulate or have someone stimulate the soles of your feet. Even by stimulation, pressing the soles of your feet, you can activate the lymphatic system. That's why reflexology feels so good. How many of you do take a leg massage, a foot massage, and you just feel so relaxed, you feel so light after that massage? Stimulation of the lymphatic system. So movement is everything. A particular kind of movement called rebounding, which is jumping. Trampoline. I always ask most of my patients, or everyone, even for your kids, buy a trampoline. You know, if you don't live in a big place, you can get a small trampoline, keep it in your room. Jumping on the trampoline is an exercise called rebounding. It's one of the most powerful ways to stimulate the lymphatic system. That's number two. Number three, dehydration, which is a huge problem. If you have a 1% drop in your hydration level, it's impacting everything in your body, starting with your lymphatic system. Lymph has plasma. Plasma is made of water. And of course, it has its job of carrying nutrients to your cells and taking away the debris. If I don't have the main medium, which is water, I can't have an efficiently running lymphatic system, which is why sometimes you're nauseous after your treatments. You don't feel like drinking water. That's okay. Keep sipping. One sip now, one sip 20 minutes later, one sip an hour, but you must keep yourself hydrated to keep your lymphatic system going. If you have chronic constipation, diarrhea, IBS, IBD, this can lead to lymph congestion. Now, what are these lymph nodes that we speak about? Sometimes you go into cancer, you hear that certain lymph nodes are infected, they have to be removed. So like I said, we have lymph nodes under our arms and our groin area. So the lymphatic system they have these little gates called the lymph nodes. Okay, they accumulate, which is why we sweat under our arms. And the most dangerous thing that a man or a woman can do is use a deodorant that stops you from sweating. Your lymphatic system is trying to drain out toxins through your lymph nodes under your arms. We sweat between our thighs, but we're blocking those drains and exits. It goes back into your lymphatic system. So now when cancer spread, metastatic cancers, or when you have a primary cancer, your doctors will also check, your surgeon will check to see if the lymph nodes are infected. Because if you have lymph nodes infected, there's a possibility that some part of the cancer could have already traveled through that little gateway into your lymphatic system, and now it can travel to anywhere in the body. This is just an explanation for you to understand why your lymph nodes are taken into the protocol of treatment. So infected lymph nodes are surgically removed. If there are too many sometimes, chemotherapy or radiation may follow because the cells have a potential of spreading. Now, lymphoderma, okay, the difficulty of raising your arm or water retention, again, because your lymphatic system uses your entire body as a drain. Your entire body uses the lymphatic system as a drain. So if I've got certain lymph nodes removed, okay, there is going to be a back pressure and accumulation of water around the lung area and the heart area, which is absolutely normal. By moving, it'll be better. By doing simple exercises, okay, the job of those lymph nodes were to keep the water retention away. But now you have a few less lymph nodes, and that's why you have lymphoderma. Can you overcome it? Of course you can. There's no magic medicine to do that. There's no magic vitamin. It is all movement, gentle movement, stimulation of the lymphatic system so that it moves more and more. That's why certain yoga, asana, certain stretches, certain physiotherapy exercises over time can help you to regain back your full movement. Also, stimulating your lymphatic system will make it far more easier and far more efficient, because the quicker you can move lymph through your lymphatic system, the more effective it is going to be for you. So like we spoke about digestive issues, that's why we keep talking about the gut, its connection with every disease. If you're chronically constipated, diarrhea, all of that stuff, again, what are you keeping in your body? Toxins. Toxins. As simple as that. IBS, you're not keeping in toxins, but it is a symptom that your gut health is poor, which is why part of every cancer protocol, diabetic protocol, weight loss protocol, hormonal protocol, the gut is considered in the holistic way of treatment. It regulates hormones, everything else. You have a problem in the gut, it's affecting every aspect of your body and your brain. It's even connected with your lymphatic system. Your diet, if it's loaded with white sugar, food colors, preservatives, all of that stuff, poor quality fat, all of this can slow down your lymphatic system. By now, each of us would be wanting to have a lymphatic system which is working efficiently all the time. Now we'll get into smaller things, tight clothing. A woman's bra, okay, you don't have to check right now, but where does the bra pass? Across your breast, your back. But where is the tightest part of your bra? Your lymph nodes under your arms. For men and women who wear tight underwear, okay, where does the lining pass? Your lymph nodes in your groin area. While we have to wear bras and we have to wear underwear and all of that stuff, when we're out and stuff like that, please understand, you do not want to wear tight, synthetic, and anything that is suppressing your lymph nodes. This is extremely important. And the moment you're in the safety of your home and you can get out of these undergarments or wear looser ones, it is extremely important for your lymphatic health. Extremely important for your lymphatic health. So please understand, because anything that suppresses your lymph nodes is keeping toxins in your body. The lymphatic system has to flow. The heart has blood to flow. The moment the flow is compromised, you have cardiovascular problems. The moment the lymphatic system is compromised, you have all of these issues. Now, you don't just have to have cancer to tell you that you have a breakdown in the lymphatic system. There are certain symptoms. You're suffering from headaches all the time, brain fog, brain confusion. You constantly get swollen tonsils. It's a sign of your lymphatic system. You're constantly fatigued. You're doing everything. Everything's good, but you're constantly tired. You have low energy. Sore throats. You constantly get sore throats all the time. Again, yep, while it's a function of low immunity, it is also a function of your lymphatic system. You have a lot of morning mucus. You wake up and you have to, all the time kind of clear your nose, clear your throat. You have sinus problems. You have the inability to fight infections, which means you're constantly getting sick with colds and coughs. You're prone to colds, constipation, again, lymphatic system, stubborn weight loss, no matter what you're doing, lymphatic system. Autoimmune conditions as well is connected with the lymphatic system. Arthritis, lupus, multiple sclerosis. You have to include a lymphatic protocol in your recovery plan. Itchy skin and a lot of acne. You keep getting rashes all the time. Eczema, psoriasis are autoimmune conditions, but constant itchiness. Your body's trying to tell you, clean up. Today, everyone wants to drink celery juice to only clean up the liver and the kidney. What about the lymphatic system? Your kidney can take care of itself. So can your liver. Sometimes when it's compromised, you need to help it with certain foods, certain lifestyles. It's designed to look after itself. It's called survival. It's called the body's intelligence. But the lymphatic system gets compromised with all of our poor lifestyle. So what do we do now? Number one, we spoke about movement. Very, very important. No matter what, movement is important. That's why we say sedentary to active. Doesn't matter if you've done a 1 hour workout, but if you're sitting for the rest of the day, it's practically almost useless. The idea is, how can I do a 1 hour workout or a 30-minute workout and also be active during the day? Which means I walk, I bend, I stretch, I move around, I get my own food, I go to the toilet, get my water. In India, if the doorbell rings, I go and open the door sometimes. It doesn't have to be that your servant does it all the time. I walk more. Little activity, neat exercises, very, very important for the lymphatic system. Something called dry brushing, okay? And I think we have a video on this. We'll send it to all of you where you get a brush. It's called dry brushing. And you stroke your skin in the direction, upward direction of your heart. Is very, very good for stimulating your lymphatic system. Cold showers are also great for your lymphatic system. Massages, any kind of massage is great for the lymphatic system, but you also particularly get lymphatic drainage massages. These are done by professionals, especially if you have lymphoderma. If you have any of these conditions, there is a particular way of massaging lymph by stroking. There are a lot of YouTube videos, but I would always suggest that you do a lymphatic drainage massage with a professional who is trained to do that. Epsom salt baths. You may not have a bathtub at home. You have a bucket. You can fill a bucket with water. You can put about 100 grams of Epsom salt and then 50 grams of Epsom salt and soak your feet. Soaking yourself in Epsom salt also helps you to stimulate the lymphatic system. Your breath work, pranayama, deep breathing, belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, alternate nostril breathing, box breathing, your kapalbhati, which is your quick breathing. All of these are fabulous, fabulous breathing methods. In fact, any pranayama that you do consistently for the right amount of time will help you stimulate your lymphatic system. Hydration, we spoke about that right now. Be very careful of the chemicals in your cosmetics. Your air fresheners in your car, your air fresheners in your toilets, your lipsticks, your soaps, your shampoos, your aftershaves for men and women. Please understand, there's a reason why there are brands that do ethical, chemical-free products, because everyone knows, medical science knows, that the chemicals in your skin and hair products gets absorbed into your system. One of the biggest kinds of cancers that we have, which are driven by estrogen, xenoestrogens today, are huge, from ovarians to endometriosis to ER-positive breast cancer. All cancers have a role of all of these xenoestrogens in, except a few like blood cancers. But the whole point is, the more chemicals we get into our system, the harder it is for your lymphatic system to work. So we must make conscious changes to products that are also friendly to our skin. It's not just what we eat. We're all, when we get cancer, when we're sick, we're health conscious, we only think about quality food that we want to put in. What about quality products that you need to put on your hair, right? From your hair dyes to your shampoos to your skins and all of these things. Now, when it comes to foods, there are beautiful foods which are beautifully common between every single disease that exists out there to basically boost up your immune system. Of course, if you're allergic to it, just don't have it. If it suits you, do it. Your green leafy vegetables, all of your green leafy vegetables are excellent for the lymphatic system. All of your citrus fruits, from your simple lemons to your oranges, to your sweet limes, your musambis, your kiwis, all of these are fabulous fruits for the lymphatic system. All of your cruciferous vegetables. By now, all of you know I'm a huge fan of cruciferous vegetables in a steamed form or a cooked form or a boiled form, but not a raw form. So you can have kale, you can have broccoli, you can have cabbage, you can have cauliflower, you can have radish, any of these things. There are a lot more cruciferous vegetables. In today's time, since we're up against pollution and so many different things and, quality of food is poor, I would do one cruciferous vegetable every day. If I'm a thyroid patient, it doesn't matter. I can have cruciferous vegetables as long as they are cooked, not raw. So I can have a cruciferous vegetable every single day to maintain my health, get me through disease, prevent whatever it is. So citrus fruits, flax seeds, super, super powerful. Chia seeds, super powerful for the lymphatic system. Sunflower and pumpkin seeds. Again, these are foods that are common across almost every disease. Avocados, garlic, super powerful. Best in its raw form. You don't like it raw, just lightly cook it or lightly roast the garlic just for taste and to take away the pungency. Or what you can do, if garlic doesn't make you acidic, take a raw garlic, Garlic, cut it into really small bits, expose it to like air for about 10 to 15 seconds so that you activate the allicin. And then what I do, since I don't want to chew it, I love chewing it, but if I'm going to meet patients, it's not the best thing to do. I swallow it with water. I've cut them into small bits. Okay, so my body will still break it down. Garlic is powerful. Nuts like almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, super powerful for the lymphatic system because you need the right kind of fats also for your lymphatic system to work the right way. And cranberries, dried cranberries or fresh cranberries. I would obviously prefer fresh cranberries because the sugar concentration is way less than dried cranberries. But of course, if you're not a sugar patient, diabetic, you're not looking at obesity problems and stuff, you can enjoy good quality dried cranberries as well. Okay, now, what are some of the foods that can slow down the lymphatic system? All of your refined breads, your refined oils, your refined sugar, even artificial sweeteners in excess can also do that. Poor quality dairy that are filled with antibiotics and hormones, excessive salt consumption. Never be afraid of salt, unless, of course, you're a BP patient or you're put on a salt restriction for your CKD or a kidney problem. Never be afraid of salt. The body needs salt for electrolyte balance. But excessive salt, because you're eating junk all the time, which has way more salt than it should, is a big problem. Genetically modified foods, whether it's lentils, it's edamame, it's soy, it's milk, it's meat, whatever it is, you want to make sure that there is non-GMO on the foods that you eat. This is extremely important. Acupressure is brilliant when it comes to the lymphatic system. Yoga asanas are brilliant for the lymphatic system. So now, the one thing over and above all of this, again, is sleep. The deeper you sleep, the more effective it is for your lymphatic system. So by now, you would have understood that it's very simple to maintain a great lymphatic system. The thing is, if you're going through cancer, lymphatic systems can be compromised, which is why part of your recovery plan has to include a protocol for the lymphatic system, because it is going to keep getting jammed because of the treatment, side effects, toxins getting into your body. So the more toxins that come in because of chemotherapy, the faster we can get toxins out of your body is the reason why you have little or no side effects and you can rebuild your body way quicker. So now remember, anyone who has a metastatic cancer, while you continue your treatments, nutrition, everything else, the lymphatic system was involved in the metastatic cancer. That's why your oncologist can predict. Usually a breast cancer can move to the lungs and to the brain. A prostate cancer can move to the bladder and to the spine. There is a certain part. That part, the only way it can carry is through the lymphatic system. So what is in my control? My lymphatic system. By working on my lymphatic system and my immune system, I keep inflammation low. All the three main parts of cancers going into a remission, staying into a remission, diabetes, cardiovascular problems, all of these things, inflammatory conditions involve not just your statins, chemotherapy, medication, sugar pills, and stuff like that. Take that if you need it. I'm not against it. But there's a lot more that is in your control to make sure you can get better, eventually get off medicines, stay off medicines, and prevention, number one. That's the lymphatic system. We're going to send you some information on the lymphatic system, simple ways, simple things that you can do. But please, you may be that healthiest, fit person out there. It is still necessary for you to maintain a great lymphatic system. And that's how it works. So don't let anyone ever tell you that the human body has a useless part or a part that's not needed. You've seen the importance of the spleen. You've seen the importance of the thymus, of the adenoids, of the tonsils. Everything has a reason and a job in the human body. And that is why we protect our body. Surgery is always the last, even in medicine, surgery is the last call. Unfortunately, today all over the world, for many people, it's become the first. Your first option is surgically remove it. I understand in some cases where surgery has to be done to save a life. Sometimes the human body has to be given enough of time to also address the root cause of the problem to make sure whether the surgery is necessary or not, or can it be delayed? No one's saying don't do the surgery. Maybe you don't need it tomorrow. Maybe you can do it a month later. Because what's the point of doing a surgery, but you still have the same problem of a clogged up lymphatic system? You're going to have a new problem in a new place or the same place. Just cutting out a part of the body, okay, isn't the end. It may be the right thing to do for that part of the body, but it does not guarantee you ever that you won't have that problem in a new part of the body, because your highway is still open, and that highway has to be open to do its job of protection and garbage disposal, not the opposite. Your lymphatic system shouldn't be creating disease for you. So the moment our own body starts to create disease for us, it's because there's a breakdown somewhere. And that is why in integrative and lifestyle medicine, it is important to find a root cause of the problem. Address it. Where is the breakdown in the problem? You can't just look at a kidney patient and say your problem is only the kidney. No, you got to look at the liver. You got to look at the heart. You have to look at blood sugar levels. You have to look at inflammatory markers for every disease, even acne today, even PCOS. Oh, let's put your daughter on a pill. Okay, take a pill. You want better period cycle? She's being shamed in school, skin problems, skin disease. Take the pill. But are you looking for the root cause of the problem? How long is your daughter going to take the pill? Do you know what pills taken for a long time can do? I don't want to scare you right now, but sometimes you should ask your doctor. Short periods of time, it's fine. But then everyone becomes used to these things because no one wants to change their lifestyle. So there's an easy way out. Let's take a pill and have great skin. And after a while, your doctor can't give you the pill anymore. And everything comes back with bigger problems and side effects, which are already caused. So this is the importance of the lymphatic system. We'll have this video sent out to all of you all very, very soon. Thank you for your time. Look after your health. Remember, until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep. And remember, you care. It's all about you. So today, you may have a very complicated disease. I understand that. I hope you get better. But please understand that there are many things in your control. Many, many things. Not just eating better food. It is how does my food impact my lymphatic system? Not just doing more exercise. How does my exercise work for my lymphatic system? My sleep, my emotional wellness. All of these things are super, 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 super important. I'll give you one more clue that I used to use in boring long meetings. Because in all meetings before I started up my own business, I wasn't my own boss. So I couldn't walk around the room. I couldn't do stretches while I was in a meeting, which I do today. But you know these foam rollers? You get these foam rollers. I always had a foam roller under my feet. So if it's a long meeting for 1 hour, I would keep rolling a foam roller under my soles of my feet or a tennis ball. Okay, and I would keep moving a tennis ball. I'm still stimulating my lymphatic system. So there are many ways where there's a will, there's a way. Have a great evening, everyone, and thank you for your time.